More than 43% of children in our country have a chronic illness. 18% of children have a developmental disability or delay. Infant mortality has dropped to 41st worldwide behind Cuba and Estonia. Autism rates have exploded, and SAT scores are declining for the first time in decades. Current discussions on healthcare have focused on the question of how will we pay for this, but they have not addressed the more important questions. Why are so many American children sick? And what needs to be done to stop the new childhood epidemics? We need a leader who will pledge to proactively address this crisis in children's health by focusing national health policy on the environmental causes that have triggered these epidemics. Will you be that leader?
As the number of mandated childhood vaccines has doubled over the last 2 decades, so have concerns over conflicts of interest within Health and Human Services. HHS agencies now invent, approve, recommend, and judge injury claims for vaccines, from which they can also profit. This has coincided with a rise in concerns over vaccine safety, with 89% of parents responding that vaccine safety is their #1 medical research priority. Reform is needed to restore confidence to the national vaccine program. Transportation safety management in the U.S. has a widely respected model in the form of the National Transportation Safety Board, which is an independent agency that lies outside the Department of Transportation. In order to assure unbiased assessment of vaccine safety risks and that vaccine injuries and deaths are fully investigated, prominent researchers have proposed a National Vaccine Safety Board. Will you pledge to support the creation of an independent agency to provide oversight of vaccine safety?
Of all the advanced economies in the world, only the United States and New Zealand permit unconstrained direct-to-consumer advertising of pharmaceutical products. Starting in the 1980s, a series of FDA rulings relaxed previous disclosure requirements for such advertising. As a result of the FDA's 1997 Guidance on Adequate Provision of Risk Information, spending on DTC advertising increased from $220 million in 1997 to over $2.8 billion in 2002, a tenfold increase in just 5 years. This explosive change in pharmaceutical advertising has promoted the use of potentially dangerous drugs, allowed their manufacturers to wield vast influence over mainstream media outlets, and weakened the integrity and independence of American journalism. And I ask you, will you pledge to restore integrity to broadcast media by issuing an executive order restoring disclosure requirements for direct-to-consumer pharmaceutical advertising?